Hey everybody, it's Melody, the Carnivore Queen. I wanted to do a video today on my experience meeting with a plastic surgeon. I recently had a consultation with a plastic surgeon about getting a tummy tuck. So for those of you that don't know, I've actually lost 60 pounds since going carnivore. And I've had 2 pregnancies, and so I have a lot of loose skin in my abdominal area. And I also have a pretty significant scar from where I had an infection with my first pregnancy. After I had a C-section, an emergency C-section, I actually developed a seroma. It's just like a big infection thing in there. So I had to have a revision surgery on that spot. So I have a pretty big scar there. Long story short, I wanted to get this loose skin off. I also have it's called diastasis recti, and that's where like your abdominal muscles have kind of come apart. And that's very common if you've had a pregnancy. Uh, my core is pretty much useless right now. Like I can't do sit-ups, things like that. I just kind of fall flat. I need them to be surgically sewn back together. And so I went for this consultation, and it didn't really go the way that I thought it was going to go. He basically told me the tummy tuck is the easy part. The hard part is the recovery. You're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to pick anything up. You're not going to be able to stand upright for a few weeks. Then after that, you can't pick anything up over 10, 15 pounds for the next 6 weeks. And I thought, okay, I have a 2-year-old who is extremely needy, and I have to pick her up and carry her around constantly. And, we came to the decision of I can't have the surgery yet. I'm going to have to probably wait until my youngest is at least 4, or maybe in kindergarten, pre-kindergarten, something. Because it's just right now, I'm still picking her up, changing diapers, and doing all those things. And I would not be able to do that if I had that surgery, because it's a very big surgery. So I wanted to talk about something that kind of stood out. I went for the consultation, and he's like, so what brings you in? And I'm like, well, I want to get a tummy tuck. I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost 60 pounds. And as I'm talking, he goes, what? How? And I said, excuse me? And he's like, how? How did you lose 60 pounds? And I was like, dang. Like, I've never had anybody just like stop the conversation and be like, I want to know how you lost that weight. And I said, well, and of course I'm kind of like, do I tell him I'm carnivore? I'm going to get these looks. So you know what I said? I said, I stopped eating all carbs. And he immediately told me how bad that was, and how it's not that you don't need any carbs, it's that you're just eating the wrong carbs, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, girl, you are preaching to the choir. I know, like I used to be keto, I used to do all that, and I was 40 pounds heavier. So I can't have that kind of, I can't have that. My optimal weight, my physical body has to be eating carnivore. It's how I feel my absolute best. I have a ton of energy. I don't have any joint pain. I don't have interstitial cystitis anymore. I don't have the tumid lupus breakouts anymore. I don't have carpal tunnel syndrome. Did I already say that? I don't know, maybe. I don't have to take a nap every day. I don't have gas, bloating. cramping, all that. It's all gone. And yes, he went, he wrote down for me that I needed to look into the zone diet. And I was like, oh, honey, I know what the zone diet is. Yes, I know. I know probably way too much about all. I've been on every diet. I've been on like every diet. I've done, oh God, I've done it all. I've done Weight Watchers and the Zone and what is it, South Beach, and I've done, well, let's see. I've done a lot of really crazy things too. I've also gone to a clinic called Medi Weight Loss, which they don't even have that anymore here. That went under, and that's where they like prescribe you phentermine, and they make you eat like 0 fat, like just ground turkey. I thought I was gonna die, absolutely die. Anyway, long story short, I went to the plastic surgeon. I am going to get the surgery, but it is going to be a while. It's probably going to be a few years from now. And that's pretty disappointing because that loose skin really bothers me. And nobody sees it but me. But it's there, and every time I see myself, I'm like, ugh, I hate that skin. It's gross. It's just like this. But it also affects my core strength, all that. It's hard for me to do a plank. It's hard for me to do sit-ups, things like that. And that can actually affect your posture. So, and I wish insurance would cover that surgery, but they won't. But yeah, he went down the rabbit hole with me on how I need to be eating carbs, and carbs are good for my brain. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna smile and nod. But in my head, I'm thinking I completely disagree. And that's okay. You can disagree with me on eating carnivore. I really don't care. I just want to put it out there that it's something that worked for me. And it could possibly work for you if you're struggling with, stuff that, if you're struggling with some inflammation, things like that, maybe even, you can't lose weight and you can't figure out why. It could be that you need to cut out some problematic foods. I discovered I can't even have those like flavored, like seltzer waters, like LaCroix. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That's how I pronounce it. The AHA waters, and they say like naturally essenced flavor. I will literally wake up the next day and I will have blisters on my fingers, and my hands are just like the joint pain is unbelievable after one of those drinks. I don't know what the hell is in that stuff, but I can't have it. Maybe you can. That's great. But I'm just saying, 9 times out of 10, when you're having these weird problems, it's what you're putting in your mouth. And I'm here to tell you that there's hope and there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and we can do this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would love it if you would subscribe to me and like it, and you can even comment and tell me certain foods that trigger you or, cause problems for you that most people assume are healthy. Because I sure thought I was doing good by drinking seltzer water, Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Take care.